According to the International Shark Attack Files, you are more likely to be killed by a vending machine than by a shark. But when was the last time you saw a horror movie about a killer, bloodthirsty Coke machine? The power of media lies in its ability to shape beliefs. Sometimes this is irrationally, and these beliefs affect real-world actions, like conservation efforts in this example. So we need to take a closer look, because the dangerous misrepresentation of sharks in pop culture fuels unnecessary fear, harms conservation efforts, and disregards these animals and disregards the vital role that these animals play in our ocean's ecosystems. The media in Hollywood has over-exaggerated sharks' behavior in order to aid them in creating a captivating, blockbuster story. This storytelling leads to harmful, deep-rooted fear of natural animals that deserve a high level of respect as apex predators. Respecting these creatures means keeping a safe distance, keeping them in mind while you're boating, keeping our oceans healthy from pollutions, and not disturbing shark feeding grounds. These suggestions come from a shark and ray advocacy program called Shark Stewards. In 1975, the first Jaws movie came out, and although a classic, entertaining film, it has led to heightened, unnecessary fear of sharks. The Jaws effect is a widely recognized term to describe the irrational fear of sharks and the worldwide consequences from such movies. These movies include movies like Jaws, 47 Meters Down, The Meg, and so many more examples. You get the gist, though. According to Dr. Brianna Leibusque, a shark expert at the University of Australia, school-based ocean activities were cancelled due to shark fear, with no factual evidence to back up a higher shark surge. This molds future generations' perception of sharks into one of fear and confusion rather than one of curiosity and respect. Dr. Brianna Lay adds that most people have never had their own real-life experiences with these creatures. Their opinions are purely formed on what they see on television and in movies. And 96% of movies portray them as bloodthirsty, senseless man-eaters, when in reality, they are ocean predators just trying to feed themselves while keeping their keystone role of keeping the ocean balanced. The negative spotlight on sharks makes it incredibly difficult to get the general public to empathize with these creatures and join in any type of conservation efforts. 1 million sharks are killed annually at the hands of our frightened society, and 30% of shark species are at the very least considered threatened, according to JSTOR, a nonprofit digital library on a mission to educate the public. Sharks are struggling so greatly just to survive in their own natural habitats because people are so fearful of this creature that they know so little about. And how are we to persuade people to empathize with a creature that is known only as an evil man-eater on a mission to kill and destroy? There are so many shark conservation programs out there that are trying so hard to educate the public and help this species, but it is immensely harder to unlearn a belief that somebody has that is constantly affirmed by Hollywood, especially when the person has never, more than likely, never encountered these species alone in their wild. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, sharks maintain marine balance by controlling species population and removing weak or sick animals. Sharks do have lots of sharp teeth, and a hunting instinct. It's natural as humans to have a healthy fear of such powerful animals. But Hollywood preys on this natural fear and exploits it to create a blockbuster movie. While they are putting these misunderstood creatures in harm's way due to the public's ignorance. Humans are naturally curious creatures. We are wired to ask questions and explore the world around us. But our desire is tainted simply because our desire to learn and understand these creatures is tainted simply due to the public perception and what people's television screens are constantly feeding them. How can we blame people for being so scared of these creatures? How can we blame people for being so scared of these creatures when the image that they have been fed their entire life looks like this? I got this poster from the Rotten Tomatoes website. This is the movie poster of a real movie that was produced in 2023 called The Black Death, and you can pretty much gather what it's about and how it paints these species. Now I'm going to compare it to a real-life shark that is swimming the oceans now. You can tell the difference, and you can understand why people are so scared of these creatures and how largely they are misrepresented. Sharks play an important role in the marine ecosystem, and the false public perception of them disregards their role as a keystone species in our waters. It is important to acknowledge that sharks are wild animals. They are powerful predatory creatures, but that doesn't make them villains. When entering the seas, we are walking into their homes, just as hiking in the woods comes with its own risk. Swimming in the oceans does as well. The only difference is that the media has painted sharks as monsters instead of animals. Respecting sharks for what they are, important apex predators in their ecosystems, does not mean fearing them irrationally. Sharks are simply not the bloodthirsty monsters that they are painted to be. This persona shown in the media fuels unnecessary and harmful fear, harms conservation efforts, and ignores their role as keystone species in our ecosystems. The next time you see a ravenous monster swim across your television screen, question if the show is accurately portraying these animals. I'm not asking you to miss out on these undoubtedly entertaining films. I'm only asking that you don't let the media portrayal of sharks taint your perception of them. Do your own research about the reality of these creatures. Help educate your friends and family on the facts. Support shark conservation efforts to ensure a balanced marine ecosystem. Change the narrative to ensure that these sharks get the opportunity to continue swimming in our seas. Let us not let fiction overshadow the truth. Sharks are not the villains. They are victims of bad press.